CNN released this article, right? It says Derek Chauvin is on trial for George Floyd's death, right? I say preposterous, right? Because obviously George Floyd ain't dead. It's a fake. It's a mock trial.
Jaw-dropping testimony and riveting photos in a murder-for-hire case in Texas, where a medical doctor stands accused of hiring a hitman to kill his ex-girlfriend. As Jim Murray reports, cops say the plot was foiled when they got wind of what was being planned.
They are terrifying photos. A kidnap victim, gagged and bound to a chair. But the woman is alive and well. Those photos, totally staged. Those photos, totally staged. All part of a sting operation set up by police. All part of a sting operation set up by police. Megan Veracruz worked with cops to stage the crime scene after learning that her ex-boyfriend had allegedly hired a hitman to murder her. Megan Veracruz worked with cops to stage the crime scene and had allegedly hired a hitman to murder her.
I was terrified.
She's speaking out for the first time, testifying in the trial against her ex, Houston surgeon Dr. Leon Jacob. She held back tears on the stand, describing what she went through.
I sat in a chair in a warehouse, and they zip-tied my hands and my feet and put duct tape around my mouth to make me look as if I had been kidnapped. I was crying and really upset.
Dr. Jacob is accused of setting up the murder-for-hire plot to get rid of his ex because she had him charged with stalking, and he risked losing his medical license. Prosecutors say Dr. Jacob approached this decorated U.S. Army veteran, Motaz Azeh, and offered $20,000 and 2 luxury watches to make her go away forever. The ex-soldier later worked with police to build the case against Dr. Jacob.
I just need to take care of now. He's gone, all of it goes away.
In a shocking twist, cops say Megan wasn't the only target. They say Jacob's new girlfriend, a veterinarian named Valerie McDaniel, also wanted to do away with someone. In her case, her ex-husband, Mac McDaniel. She owed him $1.25 million and was worried he would take away their daughter. They even hired the same hitman. So just like Megan, Mac McDaniel posed for these gruesome stage photos to make it look like he had been shot in the head. The blood is actually pig's blood.
Did the officers ask you to do something for them?
They did.
What did you do for them?
Stage my own death.
Did the officers ask you to do something for them?
They did.
What did you do for them?
Stage my own death.
It's a fake staged event. Like anybody with a pair of good working eyes and a functional brain can see, even a deaf person can hear Floyd talking pretty fucking well. You know, for somebody who's supposed to be asphyxiating from either a fucking OD or being asphyxiated with the damn knee on the neck, right? Now, here we go. The oath thing, right? Because here we go. It says Blackwell, whoever this is, right, told the jury that during this trial, they will learn about the oath that Minneapolis police officers take. What oath can that possibly be? It says they take an oath. Let me highlight this for you. That they take an oath that I will enforce the law courteously and appreciately, and as you will learn, as it applies to the case, never employing force or violence. He said, what? You're trying to tell me that that this dude, Chauvin, right, this Freemason police officer, name literally equals out to was it 248? I believe that's the same numerology number as Freemasonry altogether. All right. However, let's keep it moving, right? The oath of Minneapolis police officers, right? We're gonna just take a wild Google search. Now, Google ain't nothing but a search engine. However, it's one of the biggest search engines, if not the biggest search engine on the internet, which is we're gonna be looking up right now, basic Google search for the Minneapolis Police Department oath, right? The oath. So we got the oath from St. Paul Police Department, right? So that's the state's capital. Now, wouldn't the capital kind of be the standard of oaths? And wouldn't this oath over here be the same oath as the one for the Minneapolis Police Department? St. Paul PD is a different police department, different jurisdiction, allegedly, even though I had Bloomington Police Department chase me down all the way into St. Paul jurisdiction, right? Look at this. Apparently, they might have a new oath every other month or something. This says effective June 1st, 2020. Isn't that convenient as fuck? Right? That is some kind of convenient, isn't this? Look at this. It's all highlighted and stuff before I even touched it. Look at this. It says Minneapolis Police. Right? Wow. I think this is the first time I've ever been to this site, right? It says oath of office effective June 1st, 2020. Convenient as shit, right? Y'all just changed this? It just changed it? What was the previous oath? Okay. Anyways, it says name. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the state of Minnesota, which is right? It's a contradiction. How are you serving two masters? Which one are you serving? The United States or the laws and Constitution of Minnesota? Which one are you? Oh, y'all serving both? Okay, you're serving two masters. Okay, so you're in violation already right there. So all right, whatever. And the character and ordinance of the city of Minneapolis, that I shall, in no recognition of my service as a peacekeeper. What does this mean? First, do no harm. What? That I will uphold and safeguard the sanctity of life. What? And that I will shield and protect my community for those who seek to cause harm. That I shall intervene and protest both verbally and physically if I witness anyone violating any another's rights, that I recognize those I serve are members of the human family, worthy of dignity and respect. Wow. And my term of office shall be guided by my love of service to the community and grace of humanity. Wow. That was a mouthful. Wow. Is this legitimate? What is this verbal diarrhea? This is possibly the worst oath of office I've ever read. And I've read a lot of them. So we're at the Secretary of State's office, virtually, right? So we're virtually at the Secretary of State's office, and we're going to try to find a couple different public figures, so-called officers. We'll see if we can't find them in the system, okay? So let's take a look. We're going to do search official documents. So this is where the official, the word official has the word office in there. Search for official documents. Select document type. Oath of office. Here we go. Got a lot of stuff in there, but we're going to look up Derek Michael Chauvin. Let's search. Sorry, no records found with this criteria. Ain't that something? Nothing found for Derek Michael Chauvin's. That's interesting, right? Well, let's try another public figure involved in this case, who's also a so-called officer, Mandario Arradondo, the police chief. Wouldn't he have an oath of office? You would think, right? If you're part of the satanic cult of idiots who listen to propaganda all day and don't check the requirements. Let's hit oath of office. Huh. Look at this. Search for official documents. Sorry, no records on file. But what I'm going to show you is ones I could find. Now look at this. It's blank. Why would it be blank? Why would y'all leave this out here, right? Anyone could just take this and write their name on it and have some other fraudsters sign their name on it and put a seal on it and then refile this. And will it be real? Will it be official? I would say that it would look official, but will it be official? I would say no. Okay, that just doesn't make sense to me, and I don't know why it would make sense to y'all. So Secretary of State's oath. Let's see what we can find. We'll just see what we can find. Can we find any actual Secretary of State's MM's oaths? Right. Oops. We are making a mess of this. All right. So I'm seeing a couple things, right? Look at this. State of Minnesota official documents. Okay, so we look at this. SS Judge of District Court. Something. Who is this tied to? Let's pull this up even higher. This is Secretary of State Minnesota file. What is this and who is this for? Let's see if this is something. State of Minnesota. Return completed oath, Secretary of State. 174 State Office Building, St. Paul, Minnesota 55155, Washington County. Look at this. It says, I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office, Judge of District Court, 10th Judicial District. Then it says, to the best of my judgment and ability, so help me God. To the best of my judgment and ability. I hate that statement right there, because I'm like, to the best of your judgment and ability. Like, you got my life in your hand and you telling me, oh, I'm just gonna do the best that I can, so help me God. Like, okay, all right. I certify that I am authorized to execute this oath. What are you talking about? You're authorized to execute this oath. What does that even mean? It means nothing. I further certify that I understand that by signing this oath, I am subject to the penalties of perjury as set forth in Minnesota Statute Section 60948, as if I had signed this oath before a notary public. Now, when you sign the oath, you're supposed to be signing it in front of a judge, not a notary public, a judge. It's pertaining to a judicial swearing, an oath. At least the etymology of that's kind of what it says, and I don't see why or how or where it would not be brought before a judge, right? When a judge be the one to to legitimize this, or make it official? Technically, it would need official. It would need an officer to legitimize another officer, wouldn't it? But these people, who is this? Elijah Martin, H. Martin, some H. Martin, the Judge District Court 10th Judicial System. Can we find who this is? Because this right here is fraud. First off, you're using a signature with what is this? An alias. You do this. Who the hell is whoever this is? H. Martin. Is that Harry Martin? Is that Henry Martin? Is that Harriet Martin? Is it Handsome Martin? Who is this? We don't know who this is. When you're using official documentation that has anything to do with the United States Constitution, you're supposed to be using United States Code. And the United States Code requires you to use your full name, first, middle, and last. No aliases. Okay? If you look up the United States Code and the requirements within that, that's what you shall find. But apparently these states, they don't give a damn about federal regulations, even though they're alleging that they are swearing that they will support the Constitution. Well, support sounds good, but means nothing. You can literally see. Sounds good, means nothing. 10th Judicial Court. Let's take a look. 10th Judicial Court judge, because whoever this is a criminal.